Go ahead.
See, we are starting to get some people. I'm gonna share my screen, I guess, right now. So first of all, welcome everyone. I guess we might get some more people going on in a second. Thanks for obviously everyone attending. Siri-san, could you please enable screen sharing?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I should be able to.
All right, you should be able to see what I see now. Do you?
Yep.
Did someone confirm? Yep, perfect. All right, so I guess let's start. First of all, thank you so much for joining, everyone. This is a basic Linux administration kind of presentation. There's not a lot in it, to be honest. Basic stuff like file management, really something that you should know generally. And yeah, this doesn't hurt now, to be honest. You might use it one day. So first of all, we will be obviously creating and connecting to a server. This will obviously include something like creating a server over at TensorLab. We got a Python code set up already. We will be obviously connecting to it, and we will be changing the password for of it as a good practice. So first of all, we will go and register at TensorLab. I'm gonna send you the link to registering right now. So because yeah, I will send it on the chat really quickly. Give me a second. Yeah, where is my Zoom? Oh, I lost my Zoom. Wait, oh, there we go. Chat. Here you go. Here is the thing, and yeah, you just input your email address. For me, I'm gonna input my personal email address. This will be later on available, obviously, as a recording, so everyone else can join in. Or if you are catching up to what I'm speaking right now, you can obviously watch it later. We are just gonna quickly register over here with inputting our email and everything. Next up, we will verify our email. It should be in our email inbox. It might take a second for it to come, and there we go. Here it is. We just go under this link that it sends us. If anyone has any questions, by the way, go ahead and ask them, interrupt me. I do not care. You can go ahead. All right, so now that we have our email and we are logged in, we go to the following. We go to billing, account billing, and we have now a new thing, which is promo codes. The promo code for this year's hackathon is 2022 Hack3. Yeah, so then we just proceed, and just like this, we will receive $25 within credits. So yeah, continuing on, I'm gonna next up. After doing this, well, we will move over to step 2, which is creating an instance. We are gonna go and ask him also gonna drop another link. It is 2022 Hack3. I'm gonna write it to everyone on the chat. Here we go. So yeah, we are gonna select a special config that I've chosen before, which is gonna be the following. I'm gonna also really quickly in a second drop the link to deploying a CPU server. Here you go. Here is the link to deploy a CPU server, and yeah, we're going to just select the basic configuration with an Intel Xeon with 4 gigs RAM and 1 vCPU, and we are just going to select 40 gigabytes worth of storage for in case we need a little bit more storage. Also, the location you choose does kind of matter where you are living, depending on where you're living, but yeah, not really, to be honest. Also, choose the Ubuntu 20.04 long-term support. It is a newer version. It has some newer programs, newer versions of programs, some dependencies that might be newer that you might need. Right now, just input your administrative password. Also, don't forget to remember that. And as for the name, you can name it everything. I'm gonna just name it WireGuard. Is everyone following, going along with me, or yeah, everyone good? I'm guessing everyone is good, so let's continue on. Then we just click the deploy server button, and now we just have to wait a second for it to deploy. Let me put this on the server quickly. And once the server is created, it will automatically get us into our IP. So yeah, we'll just have to wait on this page for a few seconds. All right, so now that we've got a server running, we have our IPv4 address. This is what we are going to be using to connect to our server via SSH. Just copy it over. Wait, yeah. It is. Let me show you really quickly. I have the presentation. Another thing. It is 1 vCPU, 4 gigs RAM, 40 gigabyte NVMe disk. NVMe is selected by standard, so you do not have to change there anything. Just change it from 20 to 40 gigabytes, and choose Ubuntu 20.04 LTS with any location you'd like. And don't forget to remember your password. And then just click deploy server. Tell me when you are ready so we can move on. Alrighty, let's then continue on. We just copy our IPv4 thingy and we go into our terminal. Now we are going to be connecting to the server via our terminal and using SSH. Right now, the basic username for which TensorDog gives you as user. Now we are going to do the @ and paste in our IP, which for me is this. Now click enter. When it asks about saving the fingerprint, we just say yes. And now we input its password. And just like this, we are in our server right now. Let's go over to the next steps in our presentation. Yep, this is done. Step 3, we are going to be connecting as we did. If you didn't see in a second, we are opening the terminal, typing in the following command, the SSH user IP. Obviously changing the IP to your instance IP. And next up, we are going to be changing our password. The command for that is sudo passwd and user as in our username. So let's do that right now. This is generally done for good practices, so nobody hacks into your server. Sometimes there might be some leakages, and also whenever you're sending your password to TensorDog, it comes encrypted, obviously, but then it's locally unencrypted, so there still is some room for it to be somehow captured. So that's why it's a good practice to change your password. So the password user. And now I'm just going to input a new password that I chose. And just like that, we have our password updated. Now we can obviously SSH into our server now with the new password, and you cannot SSH into it with your old password. Continuing on, we have general system management. This will include adding users. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, sure. Let me really quickly just share the slideshow. I've kind of got a lot of things in it, so that's why I'm kind of zooming through it. Sorry for that. Right. This. All right. Go to your VPN. Let me get a link. And yeah, anyone who's willing, copy link. Here is the presentation, and as for your question, how do you open up terminal? It depends on either if you're on Windows or on Linux. On Windows, you just type in terminal or CMD into the search bar, and it should come up. What do you do on it? You can SSH into your server, which is directly connect with it via SSH. user at your IP of the server. So yeah, continuing on with our things. Now this is mainly this part of the presentation is mainly gonna be me talking. So yeah, you're free to, as always, ask questions about it. So now the general system management will include adding users, running commands with administrative privileges. So first command is obviously sudo. This command is used to run a command with administrative privileges, just like if you were on Windows and right-click on it and shows run as admin. The sudo command is used just like that, basically. And the option S, when you do sudo space -s, it will put you into the root account. So you automatically have administrative privileges on every command you execute, just like going into an administrator account on Windows. Second command, we have add user. This command is obviously used to add users, and the usage is very simple. It's just add user and then username. It will prompt you for stuff like a password and some things like basic stuff about the user, like it was full name, phone number, and stuff like that. You can do that command and check that out, sure. Also, I just realized I only sent you the Google thing. I'm gonna send it for everyone in here. Here's to everyone. Third command we have is stop command. This command is used to check programs running. It's just like a Windows task manager, and the usage is just typing in top in the command. Next up, we have ping command. This command is used to check connection between two IPs or two domains, or really to any endpoints that are accessible, and they will just like ping an IP, which an example is ping 1.1.1.1, which is Cloudflare, or ping cooldomain.com. Next up, we have file management via the command line. And this part is the main part of this. This will include stuff like making a hierarchy of files, changing permissions of files, navigating through the hierarchy. The first command we are going to have is the ls command. This command is used to list files on the directory that you are currently on. The option A will list all files, including hidden ones. Yes, you can hide files like by adding a dot to the start of the file name, and the usage is just ls. Next up, we have cd command. The command is used to move between directories, and to move to a previous directory, we use cd // and the usage is cd folder, any folder name. Third command we have is mkdir command. This command is used to create a new folder. The flag P will create the parent folder if non-existent. So, for example, let's say you want to create a folder /hack3/ examples, and you don't have a folder hack3. Without the P flag, it will put out a error, and with the P flag, it will let you create it, and it will create the hack3 file folder also. The usage is obviously mkdir folder name. Next up, we have a cp command. The command is used to copy a file. The flag U will only copy the file if it was changed. If you have previous versions of the file already copied, this can be used as kind of a backup, you know. And the usage is a cp source file, and then a directory to where the file should be copied to. Next up, we have mv commands. This command is used to move files. Instead of cp copying them, it will move them and not leave anything on the directory that we are moving them from behind. The usage is just move source directory. Sixth command we have is rm command. This command is used to remove files or directories. The flag error will delete the directory and all files inside of it. If there is no flag error and you try to delete a directory, it will not work. The usage is just rm file name. Seventh command we have is nano. This command is used to edit files. It can also be used to create new files. Usage is nano file name, and you can basically use it to do a lot of things, even check just general configuration files, maybe even edit them. Next up, we have the /mod command. This command is used to edit permissions of files, so they can be either readable, writable, and executable. Right now, the usage is /mod plus r, vo, x, and file name. The next command we have over is the unzip command. This command will be commonly used if you copy something from GitHub, as GitHub, when GitHub is sending you something, not via Git, it will send the file as a zip file. Well, the usage is quite simple. It's just unzip file name.zip. Next up, we have curl command. This command is used to install files from your URL. Usage is just curl and the domain name. And yeah, if you and this will just print out the thing that it's on. If you want it to be saved to a file, you use curl space -o file name space, and only then you enter URL. Next up, we have hosting your own VPN. So for this, we'll use a nurse script to install and add users to Wirecard. Special, obviously, thanks to nurse. This script is really easy to use, not a parallel. I really recommend it. So first of all, you will run this command, which I will send you gladly right now. In the terminal, obviously, of your SSH session, you will run this command. And I'm also going to run it with you, and I'm going to right now just take you through the steps right now. So we run this command. What will happen is that it will create a file named wirecard.sh. Now we need to change its permissions to be executable by XAML plus X, wirecard.sh. And just like that, we have it executable. Now we are just gonna run it with sudo because it will be installing a few things. So yeah, that's why we should run it with sudo. And oh, sorry, yeah, sudo. If you wanna execute a script, you gotta do /. And for some reason it's not working. It worked before. That's weird. Let me log into root. All right, so for some reason it's not working for me. Let me really quickly diagnose this. In the meantime, you have some time to catch up. If I went a little bit fast, it has nothing in it. So let me real quick check if the link still has presence in it. Yeah, it should have. That's weird, to be honest. Let me try to, first of all, Control Z. Yeah. This shouldn't have happened, but for some reason it did, and I'm really surprised right now. Let me run this. Oh, yeah. Let me run this on sudo. Maybe there's some problem with files or something. It probably 1 second is not deploying anything. All right. I'm gonna do a little bit of a backup. You can basically go into a link, and as I said, with Nano, you can do a lot of things. So you're gonna create a script and copy it over. I'm gonna copy it over by myself. Sudo nano wire.sh. Now I'm just gonna copy all of these lines from here. You can just Control A from it and copy. And go into once again terminal. This is a little weird. And Control Shift B. All right, Control X, Y, and Enter. Continuing on, now that I've copied it manually, for some reason the command didn't work this time for me. It worked before. That is a little bit weird, but sometimes that happens, just random things. You're gonna execute the script. Wire.sh. Oh yeah, we have to add permissions to it because yeah. Sudo. All right, now okay, yeah, now it's executable. So sudo./wire.sh, and it finally runs. So in this screen, we are gonna select the local the public IPv4 address, which is not the one starting with 172. So for us, it's one. In port, we just pick whichever it threw at us. Doesn't really matter. We are gonna now have to enter the name for our first client. I'm gonna personally name it WireGuard because why not? As for ENS servers, you can use anything. I just prefer cloud first servers at 1.1.1.1. And yeah, the installation is ready to begin. You just press any key to continue. And we just have to wait like a minute or two for it all to well install. And yeah, it should install in a second. In the meantime, if you have any questions, go ahead, ask them directly on chat. I'm open to answering any questions as always. All right, we have now the configuration. Now we have this configuration saved right here, right? So what we do is just copy this file path, control C it, and now we're gonna go into Nano and oh sorry, sudo Nano, and there we are. We have the interface. Now what we're going to do is just copy all of this. And now as I'm on Linux, there is no GUI for WireGuard. So yeah, if you wanted to install WireGuard, you gotta go into your operating system. Now we're gonna have to install WireGuard on our computer. So just go into Chrome or whatever your web browser is. Say WireGuard into here and click the first one. Now when it loads, you can simply install it via the installations right at the top. And we are going to install it for Windows, as that's what I'm on. From what I know, the Ubuntu one doesn't have a GUI, so that's why we are using it, you know. And yeah, it's just quite as simple. Oh, there you go, and it's already installed. Now we want to add a tunnel. So what we do is go into our desktop and create a new text file. You're gonna name it. I'm gonna name it wire.config. Yep. And now we're gonna open it, and there we go. We just pasted in what we had in the terminal. Now we save the file, and we can add tunnel from desktop. Wire.config, open, and we have it. Now we can activate it. I'm not gonna personally activate it as this is an RDP session. This will crash, and you will not see anything. But yeah. That's about it. Thank you so much for anyone that was attending. From what I see, there was not a lot of people. Any additional questions some of you may have for the end?
Yeah, does anyone have any questions that they'd like to talk to Raphael about or anything like that? All right. So thank you, Raphael, for your time. And this was a very interesting workshop. It'll go up on YouTube after the hackathon, so other people can go and, or no, not after the hackathon, sorry, after this meeting, so people can go and view it. And yeah, it was really informative, using TensorDoc free credits, which are available to all Hack3 participants this year. So yeah, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you for the opportunity to even present here. And yeah, in 2 hours, I guess.
All right. Thank you guys for attending, and I hope you have a great hackathon.
All right.